Read on flamecomics.com for faster updates. The land has no food left to feed its people. The Insect King looks down, dissatisfied, continuing with solo leveling. Tree 92 through 199. Subscribe for more recaps. The kingdom's people need a strong leader. The egg glows, ready to make enemies tremble. The Insect King says there are no kings outside. He asks if there are more kings out there. A human stands before the glowing insect. The Insect King charges forward with force. The human smirks, calling him an insect. The Insect King remembers a past moment. A child stands before the giant insect. The child stares, eyes wide with wonder. The child yells and runs backward in fear. He screams as the insect flies away. The child watches, confused by the insect. The insect thinks the child must like him. The insect wonders what child wouldn't like him. The insect decides he is liked for being big. A figure greets the Insect King, calling him Marshal. The figure explains a plan for a holy statue. The Insect King agrees to adjust the plan. The figure suggests using demons from the castle. The scene shifts to a large modern house. Men in masks argue outside the house. They plan to leave their mark on the house. The leader orders them to stay calm and quiet. One man crouches, ready to move. He turns, confused, looking for his partners. He mutters, frustrated by their absence. He blames his team, calling them cowards for leaving him behind. A dark force strikes him hard, knocking him off his feet. He tries to shush the shadow, but it's already too late. The shadow drags him down, his cries fading into the dark. Someone muses how nice it is to be trusted by the young monarch. The shadow notes the victim's fear, finding it amusing. The city looms, bathed in eerie purple light, silent and cold. A group stands ready, weapons drawn, facing the coming threat. The shadow laughs, showing off its power to the terrified crowd. Song Jin-woo raises his hand, commanding the shadows below him. He laughs, calling the shadow's display a perfect gift for someone. A child rides the shadow's back, laughing as they fly through the air. The shadow pauses, confused by the child's sudden shout. The child flails in the air, yelling as the shadow lets go. The scene shifts to a bright, quiet school building, peaceful. A teacher asks Mrs. Sung to look at a child's drawing. She wonders what's wrong with the drawing of a dark figure. She notices the figure stands on two legs. Not like an ant. The teacher flips the page, revealing more strange drawings. She stares at the drawings, her face unreadable, silent. The drawings show a child with friends, all dark and tall. The teacher explains she met Mrs. Sung to discuss the child's art. She describes how the child drew his home with strange figures. The teacher admits she thought it was abuse but now doubts it. A police station greets the viewer with banners celebrating a promotion. Colleagues congratulate Sung Jin-woo on his new rank. They tease him, asking why he finally accepted the promotion. He shrugs, saying he ran out of excuses to say no. They ask if he has any desires, like money or power. He scoffs at money, saying he'll buy the school with his pay. She stares at his drawing, stunned. Who finds a 5-year-old who draws ants this well? He laughs, hiding his thoughts. She asks why. He says it's just something funny he remembered. She crosses her arms, annoyed. The other kids are scared of Soho. He looks up, curious. She explains they pale at his presence, though he never hurt them. Children sense things adults miss. A dark memory flashes. The Shadow Monarch's power grew inside Suho, twisting his fate. He lies awake, sweat on his brow. It would be impossible for him to live an ordinary life. She studies photos of his family. Until Soho can live among others, I'll seal his powers. A shadow stirs beside him. My king, it speaks. Here, Suho drew you. He stays calm. The school stands tall, its modern glass doors reflecting the bright sky above. Students walk down the hall, some talking, others lost in thought, all heading to class. Lee Yoon-chol sits, smirking, as he asks if others are here for the same reason. Jo Sung-ho nods, surprised to see his old friend in the same place again. A close-up shows Sung-ho's eyes, sharp and focused on something unseen ahead. Lee Yoon-chol's eye narrows, a cold look hinting at plans he won't share yet. They shake hands, agreeing to get along, though both know it won't last long. A thought bubble reveals someone's view. The class has a clear power structure. Sung-ho smiles faintly, watching from his seat, calm but alert to the room. His smile fades as he notices something off. his eyes scanning the students. He frowns, a small question mark appearing above his head as he thinks deeper. Lee Yunshou leans forward, pointing out someone who won't back down easily. He warns Sung Ho about a guy from their old school who's best left alone. Lee's eye glows red as he growls, "You wanna die?" His voice full of threat. The camera pans up to the sky, showing the school fence and trees swaying gently. Lee stands over a fallen student, mocking him while others watch in silence. The beaten boy trembles, admitting he was the strongest in middle school. Lee shrugs, saying he stepped in because he knew trouble was coming. He swings at the boy, calling him an idiot for thinking he could win. The boy gasps, stunned, as Lee tells him he's messing with the wrong person. Sung Ho watches from afar, saying Lee did well this time, his tone unreadable. He walks forward, hands in pockets, calm as the chaos unfolds around him. The beaten boy looks up, muttering, "Got it," as he accepts his fate. Lee sneers, "What? Self-defense?" Huh, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Sung Ho moves fast, a blur as he launches himself toward the fight. He grabs Lee's arm mid-swing, stopping the punch before it lands. He kicks hard, sending Lee flying backward with a loud, sharp impact. Lee crashes into the ground, stunned, as Sung Ho stands over him, unshaken. Sung Ho's foot glows with energy as he holds Lee down, not letting go. He presses harder, his eyes locked on Lee, showing no sign of stopping. Lee tries to block, but Sung Ho's energy blast hits him hard, sending him flying. Lee's face twists as sweat drips down, his eyes wide with shock from the hit. Drops of sweat fall onto the floor, showing how much he's struggling to breathe. He gasps for air, his body shaking as he tries to push himself back up. Sung Ho leaps down, landing with force, ready to strike again without mercy. Lee lies still on the floor, stunned, as dust and debris scatter around him. Sung Ho smirks, telling Lee he'll be locked up at school too, leaving no escape. Lee's hand tightens around his bag strap, his knuckles turning white with fear. Two students walk down the hall, talking about how Lee was once a judo star. Lee sits alone in class, staring at his desk, thinking it's all just boring now. He stands by the window, remembering thrilling moments, then decides to leave. He grabs the door handle, but it won't budge. Face shows surprise and worry. Outside, students gather near a gate, one checking his phone, unaware of Lee. Lee walks with his head down, the sun setting behind him, casting long shadows. He leans against a car, catching his breath, as another student walks past him. From a window above, someone watches Lee, then throws a soccer ball down hard. Lee looks up sharply, his eyes narrowing, sensing something dangerous is coming. A dark vortex swirls in the room, red cracks spreading as it pulls him in. He stares at the swirling darkness, wondering what it is and what to do next. His face pales as red energy snakes around him, his breath coming in short gasps. He looks down, his hand trembling as he tries to steady himself in the chaos. He whispers to himself, asking what his dad would have done in this situation. He turns to face the vortex, his bag still in hand, ready to step into the unknown. The vortex grows brighter, red tendrils whipping around as it pulls him closer. The swirling light fills the screen, swallowing everything in its powerful grip. Lee stands in the center, calm but alert as the vortex surrounds him completely. He walks forward into a long, dark hallway, the air thick with strange energy. He stops, looking around, confused as he mutters, "Just what?" "Faith!" under his breath. He runs down the hall, dodging a glowing orb that flies past him with a whoosh. He holds his flashlight tight, knowing the escape route is gone. He must keep moving. He gasps as his flashlight lights up a glowing weapon stuck in the wall. He turns, scanning the room. More weapons hang from the ceiling, glowing faintly. A red halberd catches his eye. Its tip sharp, its grip wrapped in gold. He yanks it free. Stats flash. Thunder halberd. Attack plus 150. He grunts in surprise. He points his light at other weapon, swords, axes, daggers, all with stats glowing. He steps back, overwhelmed. Too many choices. He mutters, "Pick one, how?" His light sweeps over daggers, spears, even gauntlets, each with different powers. He sighs, annoyed. Why's everything crammed in this corner? It's messy. He eyes a curved dagger. Stats say plus 25% versus armored foes. He shrugs. Weak? Maybe. He turns to a pair of glowing gauntlets. Blue light pulses as he reaches for them. He grabs them, ice shards crackle around his fists. He smirks. Not bad. He looks up at the walls, now full of weapons. Swords are boring. I'll go wild. He slips on the gauntlets, eyes sharp. Things are getting interesting now. Blue light flickers in a dark, stone hall. Dust floats in the air. A man calls out, walking down a long corridor lined with statues. He stops. One statue moves, its heavy armor scraping against stone. The statue swings its sword. The man ducks just in time. The armored figure roars, raising its weapon for another strike. The man moves fast. His hand glows with blue energy. He strikes the statue's arm. A crack runs through its metal. He looks up, eyes wide. He knows he must act quickly. He kicks the statue hard. It stumbles back, pieces breaking off. A girl watches, shocked. She saw the whole thing happen. The man's eyes glow blue. He focuses on the next enemy. He spins, his body crackling with power. He hits the statue again. The statue shatters into pieces. Blue energy surrounds the man. More statues break apart. The man stands in the center of the chaos. A notification appears. His level has gone up. He feels stronger. He stops. He remembers the path he took. He looks back. Footsteps echo. More armored figures are coming closer. He turns. A group of statues blocks his way, weapons raised. He smiles. He knew this would happen. He is ready. The hall is silent. The only sound is the man's steady breathing. The statues move as one, their armor clanking loudly. He charges forward, his fists glowing with bright blue energy. He hits them fast. They break apart one after another. His level increases again. He grows even stronger with each hit. He stands over the broken pieces. More statues rush toward him. The screen goes dark. Only the sound of heavy footsteps remains. A statue's foot slams down. The ground cracks under its weight. Smoke rises from the broken floor. The fight is not over yet. He hits another statue. It explodes into shards of metal. He moves without stopping. His energy does not fade. He swings his weapon again. Metal shatters under his strike. The monster breaks apart. Sparks fly as it falls to pieces. His blade glows purple. Power runs through his every move. He leaps forward. Speed carries him past the debris. A bright flash surrounds him. His level climbs higher. He breathes hard. Sweat drips down his face as he stands. He thinks about the monsters. Beating them makes him stronger. He looks at his hand. The armor glows with new power. He smiles slightly. This feels like a game he can win. He remembers the fight. He beat them even at low level. He checks his stats. All points maxed out, no more to spend. He wants more power. He needs to grow even stronger. He walks toward a glowing door. Light pulses from within. He pushes the door open. Dust flies as it creaks wide. Torches blaze to life. Light fills the dark hallway. He walks down the hall. A red glow waits at the end. A sharp shape flashes. Something moves in the shadows. Light cuts through darkness. A blade shines bright and cold. He sees a giant form. Is this the final boss? The air feels heavy. Silence hangs thick in the room. He stares at the shape. It looks too strong to beat. The monster rises up. Purple energy crackles around it. Smoke swirls around its feet. It moves with slow menace. Its eyes glow red. It watches him without blinking. It raises a massive fist. Power surges through its arm. It strikes down hard. The ground shakes from the hit. He blocks with his arm. The impact sends shock through him. He braces himself. He must take the first hit to survive. The monster roars. He stands firm, ready for what comes next. Blood splatters on his face. He didn't see it coming. A purple shockwave blasts him backward. He can't stop it. His eye widens. He sees the truth now. He's still here, he gasps. His body slams hard into the floor. He's alive. He crawls up. The long, dark hall stretches ahead. He stands. He looks at his hand. It's real. He whispers, "I'm still alive." He touches the floor. He remembers. Is this where I started? He pants. I thought I was gonna die. He must cross again. He stares at a dim flame. One went out. Could that be a sign? A gauntlet appears. It's called Needle Knuckle. It's his now. He looks down. What if all three flames go out? He shivers. The remaining flames burn bright. They flicker. He watches. He gasps again. The shock hits him. He's back in the hall. He turns slowly. The flame is dim. He knows it's not safe. He screams. He falls hard. Another attack hits him fast. He thinks that Black Knight is too powerful. He's scared. He grits his teeth. I'm pissed. I'll never beat him like this. He sees a new weapon. That's the real one. He gets it. He stands tall. Fine, I'll level up first. He's ready now. Armored knights march forward. They glow with dark power. He shouts, "Aren't you tired of this already?" They don't stop. He watches them. They keep reviving. He sees the pattern. He thinks hard. If they revive, they spawn infinitely, right? He swings his blade. A knight falls. A level up flashes. He strikes again. Another knight breaks. Level up again. He fights fast. Sparks fly. He levels up once more. An archer aims. He's hidden in the shadows. He waits. The archer shoots. The arrow flies true. He dodges just in time. He moves fast. A blue flash hits him. He falls back. A screen pops up. Level has increased. He's stronger now. He floats in the air. 2 more level ups flash. He's rising. He stares at the screen. His level hit the mark. A new quest is coming. The system warns him. An advancement quest arrived. He must choose now. Accept or decline. He has no time to think. The clock starts ticking. Purple portals open. The quest begins. He stands alone in the dark hall. Good luck flashes. 1 second left. He braces for what comes next. A boot slams down. Purple lightning cracks. Someone powerful is here. Armor gleams. A giant knight rises. This is his first real test. The timer reads 14 seconds. He looks up. Blue energy swirls around him. He smiles. Eyes glow bright. Troublesome without timer, but this is great. Sun Jinwoo screams as a fiery blast erupts around him, forcing him back. He grits his teeth, taking the full force of the explosion without flinching. Rocks shatter and fly as the shockwave rips through the battlefield. A massive fireball blooms, engulfing everything in its path. Jinwoo stands firm, his face set as flames lick the air around him. Shadowy figures watch from afar, their hoods hiding their faces. He turns, his back to the fire, facing the dark figures ahead. Sweat drips from his chin as he stares ahead, breathing hard. Another explosion bursts, sending debris flying in all directions. He clenches his jaw, eyes narrowed, ready for the next attack. Purple energy swirls as the cloaked figures begin their ritual. Jinwoo glares, his expression cold and unyielding. A giant stone monster rises, crackling with purple power. He stands tall, sword on his back, unafraid of the looming threat. He throws his shield away, declaring he no longer needs it. The stone beast roars, its massive form shaking the ground. Lightning flashes as Jinwoo strikes, shattering the monster's armor. Metal shards fly as the beast's armor breaks apart under his blows. He whispers, "I don't need," as he prepares for the final move. He swings his sword with all his might, the blade glowing bright. He shouts, "Even this," as he charges forward, unyielding. His sword slices through the air, leaving a trail of blue light. The blade strikes true, cutting through the monster's stone hide. He stands poised, sword ready as the beast reels from the hit. Jinwoo lunges, his body surrounded by crackling blue energy. He slashes upward, the blade meeting the monster's weapon head-on. The armored knight braces, his weapon locked with Jinwoo's blade. Jinwoo's sword glows brighter as he pushes forward with all his strength. The blade cuts through, slicing the monster's weapon in two. He twists his body, spinning his sword in a final, decisive arc. Jinwoo leaps high, his fist crackling with energy, ready to strike the giant foe. He lands hard, knuckles glowing as he stares down his massive opponent. A voice booms, "Men ought to fight with fists." Jinwoo smirks, unafraid. 2 notifications flash. Level has increased as rubble shifts around him. A blue screen declares, "You can advance to a higher class." His power grows. He stands tall, surrounded by fallen enemies. The system confirms his victory. His class is now Fighter. He glows with blue energy, ready for the next step. The system notes, "You have surpassed the expected playtime." He's ahead. More points pour in. He's beaten all enemies. The path ahead is clear. His advancement points exceed limits. The system can't contain his growth. He mutters, "It's still not enough with this." His eyes burn with more hunger. He thinks, "I need to be much stronger than I am now." The fight isn't over. A golden flash. Level has increased. His power surge is unstoppable. The necklace of the watchman, A, glows on his chest. New power awakens. A superior ring of the mage, A, glows on his finger. Magic flows through him. Scorching gauntlets of the fighting phantom, S, appear. His fists ignite. The scene shifts. A dark figure watches from a high balcony, silent and still. A monstrous figure cloaked in purple energy rises, eyes burning with malice. It asks, "Have you been waiting a while?" Its voice echoes through the hall. Jinwoo steps forward, red energy swirling around him. Now it's my turn. The sky darkens. A single black dot hovers, watching the battle below. A massive dark wing unfurls, crackling with purple lightning. Power erupts. Jinwoo's eyes narrow. He feels the energy shift, his body tensing for impact. A giant purple sword, crackling with energy, rises from the darkness. The sword slams down, splitting the ground. Jinwoo dodges, barely in time. The shockwave ripples outward. Dust and debris fly as the world shakes. Jinwoo's eyes widen. He sees the true scale of the power he faces now. He charges forward, sword raised, ready to meet the storm head-on. Jinwoo clashes with the beast. Sparks fly as their weapons meet in a brutal exchange. The beast roars, pushing Jinwoo back. Its power forces him to skid across the broken ground. A blinding flash fills the sky. The impact sends shockwaves through the entire battlefield. Debris rains down. The sheer force of their fight tears the earth apart around them. Jinwoo ducks under a wild swing. He rolls, narrowly avoiding the beast's crushing blow. He counters with a slash. The blade cuts through the air, aiming for the beast's flank. The beast's claw swipes. It misses Jinwoo by inches, shattering stone where he stood. Jinwoo leaps high. He avoids another attack, landing on a crumbling pillar above. He grits his teeth. It's still not enough with this. He knows he must go faster. His eyes glow. He focuses, pushing his body beyond its current limits for more speed. The beast charges, roaring. It slams into the ground, sending cracks racing toward Jinwoo. Jinwoo dodges again. He flicks backward, landing in a crouch as the beast's fist smashes down. A sharp sound cuts the air. The beast's claw slices through the space where Jinwoo just was. The claw embeds in stone. It shatters the ground, leaving a deep, smoking crater behind. Jinwoo swings his sword. A burst of energy explodes from the blade, hitting the beast hard. The beast stumbles back. Its armor cracks under the force of Jinwoo's enhanced strike. It roars in pain. Purple energy crackles around its body as it tries to regain its footing. Jinwoo presses the attack. He moves like a blur, striking again and again without pause. The beast's eyes glow. It's not just strong. Its power is something beyond normal limits. Jinwoo thinks, so this is the power of the young monarch. He realizes the truth. His fist glows with energy. He knows his own strength is no ordinary thing either. The beast stands firm. In other words, he's extraordinary, Jinwoo thinks as he stares. Jinwoo shouts, "Then the same can be said for me." He refuses to back down. He remembers his past. I may not know the rules, but I was given extra stats from level 1. He sees himself fighting soldiers. I defeated high-level soldiers without breaking a sweat. He recalls his stats. If I recall how all my stats went up by 1 every time I leveled up, he checks his numbers. My current stats with the additional stats applied aren't at level 70. He realizes the truth, but that means they're equivalent to a level 110. He grins. He charges again. The beast roars as Jinwoo rushes forward, ready to end this fight. Sung Jinwoo swings his glowing sword, the air splitting with raw power. He moves faster than the eye can follow, striking with brutal precision. A shockwave explodes outward, shattering the ground beneath his feet. His enemy crumples, a dark figure pierced by a beam of pure light. Jinwoo lands, breathing hard, his sword still humming with energy. The battlefield is silent now, the dust settling over the fallen foe. Purple cracks spread across the dark armor of his defeated opponent. A voice whispers, "What incredible potential," as the armor breaks apart. Text appears, calling him the S-rank hunter from a forgotten history. The ground trembles as a new, massive force begins to rise. Jinwoo grins, declaring, "It's my loss," as he stands victorious. He laughs, throwing his arms wide, celebrating his hard-won victory. He turns, spotting a swirling portal of light and dark energy. He wonders, is that finally the exit? His eyes fixed on the glow. He steps forward, drawn to the portal's powerful, inviting light. He realizes that's the D-Tower, but questions why it's here now. He sees the tower engulfed in flames, a scene of utter destruction. He stares, confused, as the burning tower fills his vision. He stands before a giant, three-headed beast wreathed in fire. He looks up, his expression calm, assessing the monstrous threat. The beast's red eyes lock onto him, its fangs bared in a silent snarl. He stares back, unblinking, his mind racing with the danger. The beast growls, its head snapping. But Jinwoo doesn't flinch. He thinks, this isn't a monster, seeing it as a fierce sculpture. He notices another door, ornate and glowing, hidden in the shadows. He knows, if I don't open it, nothing will happen, and moves forward. The sky burns red. As the city below is consumed by fire and chaos, monsters pour from the smoke, their red eyes glowing in the inferno. He stands alone, facing the horde, the ground shaking beneath his feet. He remains calm, ready to fight, as the monsters close in around him. He looks up, confused as the smoke clears around him. He stands on the 10th floor, monsters falling fast around him. By the 20th floor, he moves faster, monsters crumbling to dust. At the 30th floor, he fights with ease, not even breaking a sweat. He wonders why every monster feels so weak against him. He reaches the 50th floor, a giant horned beast before him. He yawns, bored, as the floor boss dies in just a few hits. He asks himself if he leveled up too much for this fight. He plans to clear 1 floor per hour if he runs hard. Others panic, shocked he cleared 8 floors so fast alone. He arrives at the 100th floor, calm, unimpressed by the glow. His eye flashes, sharp, as he senses something new ahead. A woman in armor steps forward, flanked by 2 armored guards. He moves to strike, but she raises a hand, begging him to wait. She laughs, surprised he climbs so far without any soldiers. He asks if this is the last time, but she says it's nothing. She bows, introduces herself as Isiel, daughter of the Demon King. She says this is the final stage, where the clan head waits. He asks if this is truly the end, but she says no, not yet. She points to a swirling gate, saying it leads to another world. He stares at the gate, calling it neat, a door to another place. She asks if he's leaving already, but he says he's not old enough. She stares at him, eyes wide, a single tear falling down. She gasps, shocked, as he turns to leave without a word. He says they'll meet again if the chance comes, then smiles. He says, "See you later," his hand raised in a quiet goodbye. She watches him go, her face still, her hand clenched tight. She huffs, cheeks puffed, trying to hide her shaking hands. She forces a smile, raising her hand in a small, weak wave. He looks at the swirling gate, wondering if this is the real exit. He stares at the gate, doubt creeping in. Could this be a trap? Dark smoke swirls, and glowing red eyes blink in the gloom. Monstrous creatures screech, wings flapping, closing in fast. His eyes widen, sweat drips. He stands frozen, mouth open. The ground cracks underfoot, dust rising in the dim light. A giant red insect lunges, claws slashing through the air. He dodges, yelling, "What sort of ants are this crazy?" He grits his teeth, muscles tense, ready to fight back. He swings his weapon. Monsters explode in flashes of light. Level up. He grins. Thanks to these, my level's rising. He breathes deep. Good, I'm used to these monsters now. He turns, thinking, I should start making my way in. He walks down the hall, footsteps echoing in the silence. He stops, looking up. It's huge. How big is its master? A towering armored figure stands before him, glowing blades. He wonders, is that the only thing in this chamber? The figure steps forward, energy crackling around its form. He frowns. But why? Something feels off about it. Tears fall from the figure's face. Is it crying? The figure roars, purple energy bursting from its body. It charges, claws slashing, the air splitting with force. He ducks, the claw whistling past his head by inches. He rolls, then leaps, dodging another wild swing. The figure's blade misses, and he stares, confused. He glances up, a question mark floating above his head. A dark, purple energy rips through the air, tearing the sky apart with raw power. A monstrous creature with glowing eyes lunges at Sung Jinwoo, claws slashing down. Jinwoo ducks just in time, his eyes wide as he sees the beast's glowing fangs. The monster roars, purple energy crackling around its body as it prepares to strike. It moves with blinding speed, a blur of claws and dark energy tearing the ground. Jinwoo rolls away, barely avoiding the attack as debris flies from the impact. A close-up shows the monster's sharp, glowing claw inches from Jinwoo's face. Jinwoo stares at the claw, sweat on his brow, realizing how close he just came. He swings his sword, a bright flash erupting as he meets the monster's next strike. The monster shrieks, its body flickering as it struggles to hold its form together. It stumbles back, its form unstable, glowing purple cracks appearing across its skin. The creature admits its mistake, its voice shaky as it tries to steady itself. It collapses to the ground, smoke rising from its body as it begins to fade away. Jinwoo breathes hard, his hand shaking as he sees his level increase on the screen. He looks at the fading monster, relieved it's over but still wary of what's next. He turns, seeing a new dark gate crack open in the sky above him. He stares at the swirling vortex, wondering if his level will keep going up. He looks at his hand, then at the gate, confused by the strange energy around him. He looks up, his eyes widening as he sees a massive dark dragon circling above. The vortex grows brighter, pulling everything toward its center with unstoppable force. He sees a giant, horned warrior below, surrounded by smaller monsters, all looking up. Jinwoo leaps into the air, his sword glowing as he charges toward the dragon. The dragon roars, its red eyes locking onto Jinwoo as it prepares to strike. Jinwoo swings his sword with all his strength, the blade screaming as it cuts the air. The dragon's claw swipes down, missing Jinwoo by a hair as he twists in midair. Jinwoo's sword flashes, a bright line of light cutting through the dark sky. He dodges another attack, his body twisting as he avoids the dragon's massive tail. The dragon's roar shakes the air, its breath a wave of dark energy that pushes Jinwoo back. Jinwoo lands hard, his feet skidding on the ground as he prepares for the next move. He looks up, seeing the dragon's shadow looming over him, ready to strike again. Jinwoo charges forward, his sword flashing as he cuts through the dragon's dark energy. He leaps high, dodging the dragon's massive tail as it smashes the ground below. Jinwoo lands, crouching low, his eyes glowing as he readies his next strike. 3 monstrous beasts charge at him, their fangs bared, swords raised in attack. He swings his blade, slicing through one beast's neck in a burst of light. Jinwoo rolls sideways, narrowly avoiding the other 2 beasts' swinging blades. He looks up, shouting as the dragon roars above, its wings blocking out the sky. Jinwoo ducks under the dragon's snapping jaws, his sword grazing its chin. His eyes widen, sweat dripping as he realizes the dragon's next move is coming. The dragon's shadow falls over him, its massive claws reaching down to crush him. Jinwoo ducks again, the claws missing him by inches as dust flies into his face. The dragon speaks, its voice echoing as it asks if he wants to take this to the skies. Jinwoo's hair whips back as he braces himself for the dragon's next assault. The dragon's face fills the frame, its red eyes burning with raw, unchecked rage. Its massive hand slams down, fingers curling as it tries to grab Jinwoo. Jinwoo yells, "Get over here," as he fires a blast of energy at the dragon's chest. The dragon roars, its body jerking back as the energy blast tears through its scales. Jinwoo stands firm, his sword held high, as light bursts from behind him. The dragon rises, its wings spread wide, its body now covered in jagged, glowing armor. Sung Jinwoo charges forward, his fist glowing with power as he strikes a monster. The beast roars in pain, its body cracking under the force of Jinwoo's punch. Jinwoo's strike shatters the monster's armor, sending pieces flying through the air. He stands tall, his body crackling with energy, ready for the next attack. Jinwoo lands, his feet sinking into the ground as he catches his breath. A massive dragon looms above, its wings casting a dark shadow over the battlefield. Jinwoo faces the dragon, his eyes fixed on the giant beast before him. The dragon speaks, its voice echoing as it mocks Jinwoo's attempts to fight. Jinwoo dodges a blast of purple energy, his body moving with incredible speed. He counters with a powerful strike, his fist connecting with the dragon's side. Jinwoo leaps into the air, his body surrounded by a burst of energy as he attacks. He slices through the dragon's wing, the blade cutting deep into its flesh. Jinwoo pushes himself harder, his body glowing as he tries to control his power. He clenches his fist, his eyes focused as he seeks more control over his strength. Jinwoo's hand glows brighter, his power growing as he demands more sophistication. He vows to fight multiple enemies alone, his resolve stronger than ever. Jinwoo stands firm, his body surrounded by a glowing aura as he prepares to fight. His eyes glow with determination, his face set as he faces the next challenge. The dragon lunges forward, its body moving with terrifying speed and power. Jinwoo dodges the dragon's attack, his body twisting in mid-air to avoid the strike. The dragon's tail swings wildly, its power shaking the ground as it attacks. Jinwoo counters with a powerful blast, his energy colliding with the dragon's attack. The dragon's face twists in rage, its teeth bared as it prepares for another strike. A beam of red light shoots out, cutting through the air with deadly precision. Jinwoo blocks the beam with his blade, the impact sending shockwaves through the air. He charges forward, his body glowing as he prepares to strike the dragon again. Jinwoo speaks, his voice calm as he warns the dragon that this is not the end. The dragon's body glows with energy, its power growing as it prepares to attack. Jinwoo stands firm, his eyes locked on the dragon as he demands it show its power. He refuses to back down, his body glowing as he prepares for the final battle. Jinwoo raises his armored hand, energy crackling around his fingers as he prepares. The world fades to white, a silent pause before the storm of battle begins. Jinwoo stands on broken rock, facing the dragon's massive glowing footstep. The dragon's armored leg stomps down, shaking the ground with raw power. The dragon stands tall, wings spread, purple energy swirling around its form. Jinwoo admits the dragon's strength, realizing he faced only a fraction before. He turns, calm, and asks the dragon if it can speak before their fight begins. Jinwoo demands to know what portion of the dragon's forces he has faced. The dragon's massive head tilts, listening, as debris floats in the air. The dragon replies, 1/3000th of its forces, excluding the demon castle. Jinwoo looks at fallen monsters, stunned that this is only a tiny part of its army. He clenches his fist, then shrugs. Fine then, he says, ready to fight. Jinwoo turns, muscles tensed, and shouts, let's fight, into the purple sky. The dragon praises Jinwoo's growth, calling him a young monarch with respect. The dragon's glowing eyes narrow, focused as it prepares to strike. Its eyes flash brighter, a silent warning before the attack begins. Jinwoo lunges forward, energy bursting from his body as he charges. He yells, annoyed, what is with you calling me young monarch? He swings his arm, a shockwave exploding outward as he strikes the dragon. Jinwoo's face twists in effort, his body straining against the dragon's power. He's thrown back, tumbling through the air as the dragon's attack hits hard. The dragon's shadow looms over him, its form a blur of purple and black. A massive explosion rocks the ground, dust and debris flying everywhere. Jinwoo's eye widens, sweat falling as he sees the dragon's next move. Lightning strikes the ground, splitting rock as the dragon's power surges. Purple energy whips through the air, slicing everything in its path. The dragon's energy swirls faster, becoming a deadly glowing storm. Jinwoo dodges, barely, as the dragon's power tears through the battlefield. He blocks a blow, shocked that the dragon can change its sword into a whip. The whip cracks, hitting with force as Jinwoo braces himself for the next strike. Jinwoo grabs the whip, his eyes sharp, ready to turn the dragon's power against it. He shouts, sure that holding the weapon ends the fight, confidence in his voice. Jinwoo yanks hard, pulling the dragon off balance, a grin flashing across his face. The dragon roars, wings flaring, as Jinwoo's move sends shockwaves through the air. A burst of light explodes as Jinwoo's strike meets the dragon's armored chest. He flips backward, dodging a counterblast, landing in a crouch, eyes never leaving it. Jinwoo sees the opening guarding with both arms, leaves the dragon's stomach bare. He dashes forward, a blur of motion, aiming straight for the exposed spot. The dragon's eyes widen as Jinwoo's fist nears too late to shift its stance. Jinwoo hits hard, sending the dragon stumbling, cracks spreading across its armor. He stands firm in the crater, smoke rising as the dragon reels from the blow. Jinwoo turns, calm, and says he won't lose this fight. Not tonight, not ever. He glares, voice low, challenging the dragon's claim to rule this battlefield. The dragon scoffs, voice dark, calling Jinwoo a fraud, unworthy of this place. Jinwoo smirks, knowing the real threat isn't the dragon, it's what comes next. He looks up, muscles tense, as a new shadow rises from the storm above. A massive silhouette forms, wings spread wide, darker than the sky itself. The true enemy descends, silent, wings cutting through the purple haze. Jinwoo watches, unmoving, as the real monster drops toward him, claws out. Read on flamcomics.com for faster updates. Missing panels added later. A dark figure bursts through a swirling purple vortex with great force. Sung Jinwoo stands firm, his armor glowing as he faces the incoming threat. The figure shouts, recognizing Jinwoo as the one he seeks. Tension rises. Jinwoo's eyes narrow. He grips his weapon, ready for the clash ahead. The enemy looms large, surrounded by purple energy exuding power. Jinwoo points his finger, calling out dagger, unsure of this foe's name. He tries to reason, saying it's his first time facing a humanoid enemy. The enemy remains silent, offering no reply to Jinwoo's attempt at talk. Jinwoo frowns, sweat on his face. He mutters, That's unusual." A gate opens behind the enemy, even though he wasn't beaten yet. Jinwoo realizes this means the fight might be his final challenge. He clenches his fist, thinking he can go home if he defeats this man. The ground cracks as energy surges. The battle is about to escalate. The enemy's weapon glows with purple energy, ready to strike. Jinwoo leaps into the air, dodging a powerful blast from below. The enemy swings his weapon, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. He dives down, aiming a sharp strike at Jinwoo with deadly precision. Jinwoo rolls aside just in time, avoiding the slash by inches. The enemy's blade slices through rock, leaving a trail of destruction. Jinwoo charges forward, fists glowing with blue energy ready to strike. He punches upward, sending a shockwave that shakes the sky above. The enemy blocks with his weapon, sparks flying as steel meets energy. The impact sends Jinwoo flying back, his body skidding across the ground. He grits his teeth, blood on his lip, but doesn't stop moving. The enemy watches, impressed, as Jinwoo rises again without hesitation. He shouts, "He's fast," as Jinwoo closes the distance in a flash. Jinwoo swings his fist, hitting hard. The enemy feels the force. The enemy smiles, saying, "Amazing." He notes Jinwoo's refined attacks. He swings his weapon again, unleashing a storm of purple energy. Jinwoo takes the hit, his body shaking under the purple storm's weight. The enemy laughs, impressed. He asks how Jinwoo keeps moving. Jinwoo's fist glows blue. He pushes back against the crushing force. He crashes into the ground, dust flying. Blood drips from his face. His eyes snap open. He shouts, "I refuse to lose like this." He thinks, "My stats hit their limit, but my skill outgrew them." Jinwoo rises, electricity crackling around his armored hand. The enemy watches, amazed. "Even if he overwhelms my stats," Jinwoo sees it. A crack in the enemy's defense. Victory is near. He swings his weapon, a beam of light slicing through the dark. The enemy's armor shatters under the force. Red shards fly everywhere. Jinwoo falls, bleeding. His hand trembles as he reaches forward. The enemy stares at the broken armor. He's admirable, even as foe. Jinwoo grits his teeth. "If only I could become as strong as him." He lunges forward, weapon blazing. The enemy doesn't flinch. A hand grabs Jinwoo's head. He freezes, eyes wide with shock. The hand asks, "Was the game fun?" Jinwoo gasps, confused. Jinwoo stares up. "Game," the voice says. "Quite impressive, huh?" Jinwoo looks up. A tall figure stands behind him. "Dad?" the figure says. It's still too early for you. He raises his hand. Jinwoo's armor glows purple. He stands, facing the light behind him. He gasps, eyes wide. The light blinds him for a moment. His face is frozen in shock. Sweat runs down his cheek. He screams, voice raw. His eyes are locked on the figure. He stands in a school hallway, tie loose, breathing hard. He walks into an empty classroom. Sunlight hitting the desks. He leans on a desk, head down. The sun shines through the window. He covers his face. After wandering some strange dungeon, I met my dad. A girl appears at the door. You still here? I'm locking up. He looks up. Want me to help? She smiles. Sure. On the roof, dark figures watch. One holds a glowing red object. A man in a long coat speaks. Using the architect's remnants. Not bad. He continues. We tested him. This was the first time the young monarch reached you. A shadowy figure with glowing purple eyes and wings stares forward. The figure asks, would we have won against the Dragon King if I trusted only my powers? He says, rashly challenging a powerful enemy without thought. That's just reckless. Another voice says, too early. But he'll learn how to use his powers wisely. A girl laughs. That kid will. Even if he ends up knowing nothing. He stands, eyes sharp. A single tear falls down his cheek. The shadowy figure's eyes glow brighter. Purple energy crackles around him. He whispers, young monarch, as glowing tears fall from his eyes. He smiles softly, looking into the sunset. A leaf drifts past his face. He says, I have matters to attend to. She asks, dinner as a family later? The screen fades. Up next, the city skyline glows in the sunset. A news report, the Huang brothers were arrested earlier today. Another report, mountain fire spreading. Risk to nearby homes. Firefighters rest. Fire station subdued the fire with 52 trucks and 800 men. A tired firefighter drinks from a bottle. Ah, that's cold. Another firefighter hands him water. Good work. He stammers. Thank you. A voice thinks, as expected of Captain Sung. He still has energy after all that work. The young firefighter stares at the sky. I'll someday be like him. He points up. There's something flying by in the sky. A man says, it's probably an airplane. They watch a small plane fly overhead. The camera pans up a tall building. The sun sets behind it. Two men walk down a hallway. Where did we last end off? We need a new game title. The man in pink asks, are you listening? The other man ignores him. A man shouts, everyone, my wife is pregnant. We're already at 6 weeks. Others cheer. Congratulations, Chairman Yu Jin-ho. Finally, our chairman has become a father. He slams his hands on the desk. Let's go with Beautiful World as our new game title. Yu Jin-ho sweats, wondering if his naming sense is really that bad. He considers asking Sung Jin-woo for the baby's name. A coworker says, don't worry, investors settled. Outside, the building glows as news spreads. Shui Jong-in is proud to invest in us. A newspaper headline calls Yu Jin-ho the miraculous young entrepreneur who rejected a chaebol. He reads quietly while his team works. Someone says more articles about him will come. One man mutters, he rejected my offer, started a game company instead. An older man holds a book, whispering, I want to see my grandchild soon. The city glows golden as sunset hits the skyscrapers. Peace feels close. Suddenly, a bright flash erupts over the city. Everyone looks up, stunned. The sky turns pink and orange. Clouds swirl, hiding what's coming next. The clouds blur as if pulled upward. Something powerful stirs above. A glowing blue rift tears open in the sky, radiating energy like a star. The rift pulses, casting sharp light. Darkness creeps around its edges. Korean text flashes over a cosmic swirl. Solo leveling. The story begins.